Hi, welcome to About Tonight. I'm your host, Aaron Gocs. I hope you're going to have a good time because that's what I specialise in, is good times. I'm actually I'm really against bad times, that's what I'm trying to say. So it's going to be good. We've got a few things on today. We're going to be covering current topics, got some guests on. I'm going to be looking at the news from The Age. I've got The Age newspaper here. It's one of the more respectable papers, as you can tell, because the top here they've got footy and where to find the best chips in town. So you know they're a respectable paper because of that. And I'm doing some reviews. I've got Smith's chips, got all the different flavours, and I got Big M milk. So me and my guests are going to find out what are the best matchups for those. Like if you're trying to choose what sort of dinner you want to have, what Smith's Chris should go with which Big M's, so stick around for that. We got some great guests on. Angus, one of my dear friends from comedy. He's actually known around the scene as the bad boy of comedy.
Taking a phone call live on air, pretty bad.
It's good times.
It was Jay.
Oh, Jay, he's another a friend of ours.
The original party boy of comedy.
Yeah, so it's going to be good. We're going to cover a lot of things. Yeah, so stick around and enjoy yourself. It's going to be good. What do you reckon, Angus?
I think it'll be good. If you got a Big M at home, crack it open.
Yeah.
Sip along with us. Get some chips from the pantry. Have a little nibble. Do you ever like licking the salt off the chips first and then have them just the sort of soggy crunch afterwards? Or do you just eat it normally?
Usually when I crack open a bag, I'll be pretty hungry, so I'll just get into them. But it's not until the end I start thinking about which way to have it, and yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm looking forward to the chicken flavour of chips. What about you?
I'm worried about this chicken flavour. Do you reckon there's any actual chicken in it?
Well, I think they get the chips and they rub them up against the chicken. That's how they get the flavour. There's no actual...
So it just tickles the chicken a bit?
Yeah, there's no harm involved to the chicken. So
yeah, they like it, I reckon.
If you're vegan or anything, or, you know... I think both vegans and proper people can enjoy it, you know? No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any...
You're smashing them. You're smashing those vegans just trying to not hurt things.
Yeah.
No, you got them good.
Got them.
They'll probably stop now. I reckon they'll just go out and buy a steak after this.
But I'm using The Age to find my current events. What have you got there, mate?
I've got a paper that's 2 days old from the Herald Sun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's got a big thing of Thor up the top, so it's relevant still.
So we might, if we find a similar topic, we should like sort of, I can read mine and then you can see yours, how it, you know, mine might be like what actually happened and yours might be a bit more...
Yeah, might be a bit more full of rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm from Brisbane and there's a newspaper up there. Well, there's only one. It's called The Courier, and some people really don't like it. They've got, I've seen some stickers that say, did it actually happen or did you read it in The Courier?
Yeah, but if you don't buy The Courier, how are you going to know what happened to the Broncos on the weekend?
Well, if you're in a nightclub, you would have seen what happened. But, oh, do you mean in the game?
Or just like what Hodges is up to, like some nice thing he did in the community.
Yeah. They don't, it's not all propaganda. My friend here is a bit against Murdoch media propaganda. It's not all propaganda. Like they do run some bad stories about their opposition.
Yeah, boo. I hate those bloody Roosters.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. I just like, because you think like having competition's going to make it better. That's why I always think about like Sydney and Melbourne. Like like two papers that'll improve the equality. But I don't know if that's the case, you know.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you start off here with a story about chips on the front, but then all right, what do we got? Woolworths Slashes jobs, not important at all. You know. Actually, this is pretty good. Let's look through yours.
I've got to collect all the Thor comics on the front page. Then I was set up. Mafia-connected drug trafficker Rob Cram is launching unprecedented appeal against criminal conviction. I think they say he's probably did it. I reckon they're saying he did it.
Yeah.
Bit of a stitch up on the front page. Hey, Goxie?
Yeah. Well, we got here.
Do you like it when your fans ask you to do a stitch up?
Yeah, I love it. Especially when I'm like sleeping at night. And nah, that doesn't happen. Page 9 here. This is where the real news starts. I've got Colombians were after me. Gatto excuse for shotgun. Right? That's pretty cool. I reckon there's another underbelly in that.
Yeah.
Did you watch Underbelly?
No. Missed it.
Because I've worked on a lot of work sites, like blue collar work sites, and I remember when the first one came out and these guys were like, they loved it. They were like, Underbelly, so good. But what they loved was like, you could see boobs. They're like, I was like, you know, you can get.
It was like Australia's HBO.
Like you can get porns, you know.
It is.
And he's like, nah, but Underbelly.
They just like the narrative element of it.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't know. Got here, VHS tapes could be the next big thing. It's a good article.
Is that about them being like a retro cool thing?
Yeah, well, they're trying to be like vinyl. You know how vinyl's cool for like music? You know, like
I don't think you can really watch television unless it's really grainy. That's what I.
Yeah, I'm sick of DVDs too. Like getting to the exact spot I want. I like fast forwarding through.
I want to have to at the end of every film I watch rewind it so I can watch it again next time.
Yeah. Did you have any VHSs lying around or?
Yeah, I've got 3 Simpsons episodes on VHS. The 22 short films one, the Meet the Critics, and the Mel Gibson episode. That was before Mel Gibson went crazy, or people knew about it. So it was like he's like a model dad in it.
Oh, cool.
And Homer's the fucked one.
No, well, I like what you're talking about is sort of making your own. That was one of the good elements of the VHS. I actually had a Fat Pizza one that I made. I was like Fat Pizza. I made all artwork for it, but anyway, stick around. We got some great things going on, and
we'll probably call in a pizza as well.
Yeah,
that classic comedy thing.
Well, I do that everywhere I am, so it's
just normal.
Really, yeah,
but it'd be funny on camera now.
Yeah. So we'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.
And it's True Blue.
Okay, we're back. Thanks for joining us about tonight. We're going to have a good time. Just looking through the paper. Unfortunately, I've got to the world section and it's always depressing. There's never nice stuff going on.
Stay in Australia, mate. That's
it's a pretty crook world we live in. You know, good gear for your sort of open mic Bill Hicks fans. They can kind of do their sort of stuff. To the 2 people having a steak in the front row, but
mate, the steak restaurant's a sacred place.
Yeah, that's it.
When you put the salt down and the pepper, you put it in a circle. That's a truth. You can say truth inside that sacred circle of salt and pepper.
Well, the irony is there's a lot of truth bombs being thrown around. For those comedy fans out there who know about truth bombs, but this is depressing me. This is bumming me out. What do you reckon will lift me up my spirits, Angus? Do you think some food reviews?
Well, I might be late at night when you're watching this.
Let's see. I've got here some Smith's crisps, like a bunch of different flavours in my backpack from the good people at Smith's. No, they didn't help out at all. But if you're out there, Smith's, I do accept sponsorships. What do you reckon? We'll get cheese and onion. What do you think goes well with? Just give that a try. As soon as you open the pack, it's like I've just been travelled to a farm, a fresh farm. And want one, mate?
Yeah, I'll have one of these. Last time I had cheese and onion chips, I was 14. I ate an entire packet in front of an episode of Murder, She Wrote. So. All
right, mate. No need to brag. But what are you tasting there? I'm sort of getting mature cheese, maybe like a cheddar or a tasty. I don't know. And I'm not as big an onion enthusiast as Tony Abbott. he liked his onion, but I'm sensing like a brown onion or a white onion.
Yeah.
Well done there, Smiths. It actually says it's 75% less saturated fat, so it's good to know I'm having a healthy item here.
Yeah.
I can actually feel myself getting healthier as I eat the chips. So. And what flavour do you think, Big M, I should
Well, I think cheese normally goes with wine, so maybe like a strawberry, because that's the closest
strawberry,
to fruit.
That's right. So we'll get the strawberry open. It says shake me to open, so I'll do that. You don't want to sort of
Good for your wrists as well.
The important part of being a beverage servant is knowing the preparation of the beverage. So, oh, that's a good drop. Love my strawberry. It's a good morning drink. Sort of get you started, get your day going. You know, put a bit of a bounce in your step. Just have another one, thanks.
My uncle used to work.
It's a good chip. I definitely recommend it. Maybe open a pack with a loved one if you've got any out there. I'm a bit lonely at the moment, but I do have plans for the future to sort of meet the right one, or at least one who's not going to ruin my life like the last one. Left me with a couple of kids that I love, but anyway.
You can eat chips with your kids though, mate.
They're good kids.
Yeah.
But it changes your life, it does.
I mean, it's tough.
I didn't realise it's going to be a bloody therapy session.
Oh well.
I came here to have a, enjoy a feed and a bevy with my mate, and
How's the milk going?
it's a good chip.
It works with the chip.
Quickly change the topic.
All right. Do you want to try another chip? Let's do the. Let's go for the original. The.
What about the?
Cleanse the palate between the.
What about the trifecta?
Well,
Like
don't
what,
listen to me. All right.
What chip and what drink goes with which news article? I reckon strawberry. Read the comics or the sport. How good's sport? Do you follow the Tour de France, don't you?
Yeah.
What do you think of the Tour de France?
You don't want to become a shock comedian, do you?
They're all on drugs, I reckon.
Yeah, but that's just the nature of the beast.
But you know what I was thinking, like, all right, they're on performance-enhancing drugs, but they should have one Tour de France where, like, they do a bong before every stage. What do you reckon?
They used to do ice in the 70s. Like, they did amphetamines as like a stimulant to try and...
So it's like Breaking Bad meets Tour
yeah.
de France, right?
Get Eddie Merckx in here. Loves it.
That's a good chip. I recommend cheese and onion Smiths. There's more flavours for me to taste, but they're gonna have to do, there's a lot of work to be done by the other flavours to catch up.
Do you think you're going to get tired as well? Or do you reckon you got the stamina to get through all the packets?
I thought you were talking about Tour de France.
Well, you would get tired in the Tour. They get tired.
Well, I'd like to see them do it while having Smith's Crisps and Big M.
Yeah.
Or whatever the French equivalent is. Maybe French fries.
Grand M.
So, that's something to think about if the Tour de France organisers are out there watching. Maybe introduce some Smith's Crisps if you can. Might get me watching. What was I didn't see many stages. I saw the end of the one where the winner, Chris Froome, he started running. What happened there? Did you see?
Oh, I think they were just trying to mix it up a bit. You know, I mean, they've done a lot of cycling.
Trying to get that triathlon dollar.
Yeah, you know. Next year they're going to try and just do a bit of a paddle in the water as well. Just, you know, see how it goes.
Trying to get the middle-aged businessman dollar, you know?
Well, they've realised they can sell bikes. They're just changing cameras a lot. It's very difficult to follow. He points, but it's distracting more than anything.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're a professional.
I'm in the zone.
All right. It's a good thing about cycling is it's like exercise, but you can still buy lots of bits for it. So it's like a hobby as well.
Yeah. Then I've heard about how there's people being caught with like a motor
Yeah, a little motor in the bike.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it does make you think maybe you just get in a car.
Like, maybe the guy got caught should have been less obvious about it. Like, if he wasn't just like sitting back, sort of.
Yeah.
Maybe pretend you were right.
You gotta, or try and like not make the sound. So it's like if they're, what's that? It's like, oh, it's my stomach.
Yeah.
It's grumbling.
It's my pacemaker.
Haven't had enough Smith's chips this ride.
Yeah. Oh man, it's a wacky world out there, I tell you.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have some commercial breaks, hopefully from Smith's. All other companies are dogs.
Drink Big M.
See you later.
They sent me a shirt once, Big M.
Yeah.
I think it was just to shut me up.
It was.
Because I was like bugging them. And I drank like 16 litres of it in 2 weeks.
We'll talk about that in the next segment.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Hi, so I've gotten through the cheese and onion Smiths and strawberry Big M. So I'm ready to move on to my next big challenge, big review, which is I'll go Smith's chicken, family favourite. Sometimes single people eat it too, I don't know. It's like, you open it up, it's like walking into a chicken coop, you know? So, I don't know. But, some of the ones I have to think about what goes with what, but this one's a no-brainer. Egg flip Big M, right? Chicken, egg, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a pretty close family. That's a nice drop. Really captures the taste of egg inside of a milk. I was like, I wonder how that came about. Do you reckon someone just... I reckon it was because of the groceries. You know what I'm talking about. When you're taking home the groceries, you're always worried about the eggs, right? So I reckon the egg split, got into the milk, and someone was like, we've got it. Egg milk, so...
Yeah, but how did it get into... Was it the milk cracked as well?
This was, this predated lids.
So
you
it's
just
the milk sloshing around.
Yeah, you just had a bucket of milk.
Just a bucket.
But like, this is, I go off on a tangent.
Why is the bucket in a bag with the eggs? That's not going to work.
Mate, do you know how hard it is to do the grocery shopping?
Yes.
But like, how good are you good? I want to ask you something. Are you good with like survival? Like, you know, like Steve Irwin, Bush Tucker.
No.
I'm the same. I'm like, and it scares me. I don't want to, like, I think there's a guest coming later. I don't know. He's not here yet, but Nick Kappa. I was going to his house. No, not his house. He's from this country town, and he was meant to be doing a show, and I was going there. I was in the middle of nowhere, and my car broke down, and I was so scared. I was with my kids, and I was like, I was already committed to living there forever. I'm like, sorry girls, we got to live here now. You know, I was just in the middle of nowhere. I'd already planned, but I was scared. I was like, I got no survival tips. I was like, I'll tell you the one thing I can do, right? And this is like, when I was a teenager, I used to go to skate parks on skateboard, and when you got thirsty and there was a tap, all I can do is that, or you use your hands to make a cup, and so that's my best survival tip.
So as long as the council puts a tap in for you,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
right.
sweet. Yeah. Well, it could be used if I found a lake or a river.
Yeah.
Use that water.
Make sure, and doing this filters out all the bad bits too. So
Yeah.
that's handy.
But I might have diseases on my hands that might end up killing me. So
Yeah, that's what I was
it
saying.
might not be a survival tip, but I'll get some water.
Yeah. What else can you use your hands for,
You
Gocsy?
can't have chicken, can you? So
Yeah, you just have.
I'm
chicken.
sorry to just tempt you here.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if there's actual chickens in this though. But is it just the thought of?
I don't want to support the industry at all. I'm against chickens, not just killing them. I don't like them.
That's the thing. You've always got to, before you know why someone does something, you got to know what. It's like, oh, are you vegan? And it's like, yeah. So you like animals? No, I won't eat them because I hate them so much. Is that? No, I don't know. That was pretty dumb. But
Yeah, well, they got to raise a lot of animals.
it's a bit like I don't touch politics much. I don't know about you guys. I steer clear of it. I don't really understand it. But I I did used to listen to talkback radio. Used to drive a taxi up in Brisbane. I was a taxi driver, and it was a night shift I had, and there's not much going on in Brisbane at night. Let's be honest. In Brisbane, full stop, right? Got 'em. And then, like, I would, because there's nothing going on at night, so I just sit at my rank waiting for calls or whatever. And the talkback radio would come on, and this guy, right, this is what I'm saying, you've got to wait to hear someone out before you, because he goes, we've got to get rid of Turnbull, right? So you're like, okay, this is going well, and it's like, because he's too left-leaning. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's why you got to hear.
Yeah.
And that's me done for politics for the year. Like, I don't know. It's all right. It's a dirty game.
It is. What do you reckon's the dirtiest game?
Rugby, you get pretty dirty.
Yeah, mud wrestling.
That's literally. And if we're talking metaphorically,
Parramatta's doing a bit of bad stuff as well.
yeah. But what else?
Bit of dirty deals going on.
Dirty games. The pharmaceutical industry, big pharma.
Do you reckon that they're deliberately not giving people cures? Do you reckon?
They're all placebos.
All placebo. Yeah, it's all different flavoured placebos.
Like I'm getting a bit known now, and I actually get asked to appear at some things, and I went to a children's hospital recently, and no, this is dumb. I'll do it anyway. Went to a children's hospital recently and told them about chemotherapy is just it's a placebo. I switched all the machines off there.
Oh, that's good. You did a lot of good that
That's
day.
stupid, sorry. That didn't happen.
Have you been asked to appear at anything?
Not children's hospital.
Not children's hospital.
A few parties, but I haven't gone yet. One guy bailed. I was like, and I don't know if I should say this, it'll ruin the facade, but I'm actually not a party animal. And I think they think I'm, because like I had a video where I wore high vis, and that's the closest being a party animal.
Just having a
because all blue collar people are party animals.
Yeah.
You got to let off some steam somehow. So, yeah, I think we'll just leave it at that. I'm straying off a bit. Did you have anything you wanted to say? Or?
No, it's all good, man. I want to hear the Kappa story when he comes here, when he gets here.
Which one's that?
The one you started telling about getting lost in the country.
But that's it. I just thought I was going to have to live there forever.
Yeah, but then you had to hitchhike into town and stuff. If there's more to it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that bit. But see, repressed memories are repressed for a reason. You don't.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. This isn't the cane toad effect, mate.
Yeah, you got me.
Oh, I should have offered you a non. Is anyone else want it?
It's pretty rude, yeah. You guys want some chips?
Hey, do you want to do the quiz?
Yeah, let's do the quiz in a bit. There you go.
This is an age one, so it'll be pretty smart.
Yeah.
Or do you want to do the Herald one? It's just pictures.
Well, as long as 3 of them are refugees in a detention camp, I'm fine.
Yeah. Alright. That's a really good chip. I reckon cheese and onion's still in the lead, but what I want to know, why is green the international colour for chicken? Can anyone at home call in on 1300? What's that number? I don't. There's no dial tone at the moment. We'll get that sorted out. But if you see me on the street, let me know why green is the chicken colour. I don't know. But anyway, we'll start off the quiz. It says here, super quiz. Do you want beginners, intermediate, or advanced?
Well, we're just starting, so let's go beginners.
All right. Number 1. In the nursery rhyme, sing a song of sixpence. It's an old form of money for those out there.
It's not decimalised, mate. I'm not interested.
What's in your pocket?
You'd hope 6 pence, but it doesn't sound like it.
The answer is rye.
Rye.
I don't know what that means. Let's
It's
move on
just
to the
like
next
the
one.
stuff you make bread with. Why is he carrying that around?
I don't know. It's all bloody hipsters these days. Number 2. Whose speech did Melanie Trump allegedly plagiarise recently?
Michelle Obama's.
Yep. You get 1 point. Angus is on 1 point.
You guys haven't got no points, so I don't know.
We'll use a chip for... This is the points you're
I got a
on.
reward. That's good.
Alright. And I'll have a drink for everyone you get right.
Okay.
Oh no, Angus is smart. I'm gonna be drunk of whatever the...
Are we going to talk about your Big M intervention?
Yeah. Alright, number 3. How many legs does an insect usually have?
6.
Yep. I told you he's smart. One of the smartest guys I've ever met.
The smartest guy in Australian comedy.
Oh, big call.
Big call.
Has that been proven or?
Well, I've got 2 out of 3, so in beginner,
Take that. No, I'm not going to say
Waleed Ali. Charlie
Oh.
Pickering. He's they're
that.
smart guys.
Controversial. Do you count the project as a comedy?
I do.
Um,
He's done stand up. He did that show with Charlie Pickering a few years ago.
I don't know. Stopped watching comedy years ago. Which Australian academic wrote The Lucky Country? Time is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick. Do you give up?
Yeah, I give up.
Donald Horn.
Alright.
And that's with an E on the end.
Silent E, mate.
Or is it Donald Horny? No, I think the E's silent. Unless... No, it is.
What? Is it about how it's a real good country?
I don't know, I've never read it. 5. Is gentian violet an antiseptic, a gemstone, or a butterfly?
Can I read the question?
No, you... Don't look at the answers.
I won't. Where's the questions though?
There, number 5.
Okay, number 5. I'm gonna go with butterfly.
Antiseptic.
Oh well, no, that was pretty bad.
Alright, now we'll move to intermediate. 2 points for intermediate. 6. What is Mr. Burns' first name in the TV series The Simpsons?
Monty.
Yep. No, wait. Charles. You're wrong.
Ah, there you go.
He's out of this game. No, he's not. He just gets no point. Anyway, we're just going to go a quick break. Join us soon for more and better of this. And thanks for having us. Bris 31. Sorry, Channel 31. I'm from Brisbane. That's why I thought it was Bris 31. All right. Thank you. Bye. Okay, welcome back to About Tonight again. I'm your host, Aaron Gocs. We're having a good time here, and I'm here with my guest, a good pal of mine, one of the real bad boys of Australian comedy, Angus Gordon. It's actually, today is our, what do we call it? What do we decide to call it? Australian food and beverage culture appreciation.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring out what I like to think is 2 Aussie classics. I've got the barbecue flavoured chips, Smith's Crisp. Open that up. Smell that aroma. As soon as you open that up, what do you think of? I think of mates hanging around the barbie, and of course the gals are cooking, preparing the salads and
Yeah.
in the kitchen.
Good.
You know.
It's a good time for them to have a chat.
I mean, the fun police like to say that you can't say the girls are in the kitchen, but what other room are they going to be in? Well, I can think of one, but I'm just like, that doesn't make sense. But
Have a
Yeah.
barbecue chip. Whose bit was it about how barbecue the chips taste like if you cooked a barbecue?
I don't know, mate. I don't watch comedy, but what do you reckon will go with that? I'm down to, because they didn't have banana. I went to the shop. I got every Big M. But they didn't have banana. I guess there's a banana shortage
Yeah.
at the moment. But what should I go? Iced coffee or chocolate?
I reckon chocolate with barbecue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Because it's like you think like you're at the barbie, having something. You might be at the barbie, you have a beer to wash down the snag. So
Yeah.
chocolate's a bit like beer, sweet.
Yeah, maybe if you're having like a chocolatey stout.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe a sort of like I don't know. I don't have beer either, but yeah. That's quite nice, actually.
Which one's been the best Big M? Because we've talked about the ships.
Big M. I think strawberry's in the lead so far.
Yeah.
Strawberry is it's sweet. It's a bit of a nectar, bit of an apricotish nectar. That's the thing about beers, right? I'm not a big beer drinker, but have you found this? The description they use, it's like nice try. It's not even in that. They're like, they're like features a punchy, summery nectar. Like get lost, You're just using words. But actually, this is the thing, right? I do try and I've been trying to branch out my palate, right? And sort of, I know I'm known for having quite a plain sort of suburban Australian sort of palate, and I do try and branch out. And hey, Nick Kappa's here. You want to come in? Is that all right? Nick Kappa, Australia's second favourite Kappa.
Yeah.
After Steve, the ping pong captain, national ping pong captain.
Steve is a well-renowned
Steve
Kappa.
No, I'm just mucking around. You know what we're talking about. Warwick.
Yeah.
Used to get up on
really?
the pack, and that was just in his pornos.
I prefer your brother. He was a nice guy.
Yeah, my brother was nice. He's a nice guy, my brother.
Should we
friend.
Is he?
Yeah.
Should we? I'll just fill you in, guys. It's I'm making Nick look bad, but I did give him pretty short notice. It was like 5 minutes before we were starting. I was like, "Do you want to come on this show, man?"
I think I live closest to the studios, so this will be the second week on a row because I was on Andy Matthews and Tremblay Birchill's last
I think
week.
also like you're pretty available.
I'm
during
pretty
the day.
available. Yeah, I'm pretty. yeah. Good
Do you
old
wanna
Angus.
do you want to spell it out? But I'm
honestly,
just saying you're pretty.
Both
You're pretty
professionally-
available.
I had stuff to do. Yeah.
Both professionally and romantically,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
That's true. I'm always available.
I've heard you describe yourself as an urban Tarzan.
Urban Tarzan. Yes. Yeah.
Should we catch
Yeah.
him up to what he's missed? Oh no, you probably don't want the big M, but
Okay,
we're reviewing all the Smiths
You know that
flavours.
an urban Tarzan is just a man abandoned in the city.
I think so.
A man in the city.
That's exactly what
which is
I am.
not as rare.
I'm
Do you want
just a
to review any of those?
hairy
or-
man. Abandoned in the city, and I smell like Tarzan. So,
You smell like Tarzan.
Yeah.
Do you have a special affinity with like street animals?
No,
No.
I've never whispered to any rats, but working on it. you
Hey,
know.
Nick.
You do seem like the kind of guy who would have a fascination with rats.
Boys, they're just catching up. They haven't seen each other for a
Yeah, it's just
couple of days.
What the hell is this? The
Yeah.
Gordo show? What the
Nick, we're trying to-
turn the reins over.
Nick, earlier we started talking about my aborted. It wasn't really aborted, but I like to use that word. My planned visit to see your bush spectacular. Can you
Oh, yeah.
can you fill us in a bit on that, please?
Okay, so what happened was I was performing at a shearing shed in northern New South Wales, near where my parents live, and just near the town of Tenterfield.
Like
Anyway,
a rural Tarzan.
a rural Tarzan, yes, that's it, like a bushman. And I was there, and I put it on Facebook that I was performing there, a social media platform used by the youth, and Gocsy,
Like young Tarzan.
That's me.
replied, yeah, that's him. He said, I would like to come and be your support act. And I said, no problem.
I said I was just watching.
And that's right. And I said, well, you can be my support act because there's no way I'm going to fill in the amount of time with my limited material. But Gocsy...
You should tell how the show came about. That's a funny.
The show came about because...
It's your hometown, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, well, not... Yeah, it is my hometown. And my parents said, look, Nick, you're not going to be doing stand-up for a month, so we've arranged a gig for you in a wool shed. And I was like, great. This will be really
to
good.
keep you in match practice. Like.
Yeah, to keep myself match fit. Yeah. So yeah, there were kids there that were like 5 years old, up to like old people who were like 80, and yeah, it rained very hard, and anyway, there was no mobile phone reception, and I said to Goxie, I'll put up some big signs, and then just before the show, no Goxie. After the show, no Goxie. An hour after the show, no Goxie. Then I get a phone call. Hey man, I think I'm on the wrong highway. And I was like, oh no. All right, well ring me when you get here. So then stayed up drinking until...
At this point, I'm no car enthusiast, but the temperature on my car was like, you know where it says like H and there's a red and a flame? I think that means highly good, but it might not.
Red hot.
The bar was like right up at that. I think the H means highly good. No, it doesn't, but
It means hoops,
so my
man.
car broke down.
Yeah, his car broke down. He had no mobile phone reception. I get a call the next day in the morning from Goxie saying, I'm in Tenterfield, but my car is out near you, which is an hour away.
Because I'd gotten a hitched a ride into town.
Yeah.
Because the road he lives on is like this bush track.
Yeah.
No one came past for like 6 hours. I'm telling my kids, we're gonna have to live here, kids. Like, I'm really sorry. I've tried my best. I've got no survival skills. I like to think we bonded. Me and my kids got closer. So if there's any parents out there struggling, just get your kids in a really scary predicament. You will become closer. That's what I recommend.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what happened. I said, look, Goxie, if you could get a ride back out to your car, and he managed to hitch a ride back out. My dad went looking for him, and because I went on a dirt bike ride that I'd pre-arranged, and then anyway, my dad came back and he said, "Yeah, I saw your friend Aaron. He when he got his car going, rather than driving back into town, he drove in the opposite direction, and he flagged down every car coming in his direction." And once he'd stopped them, he'd say, "Are you Nick Capper's dad?"
And what did didn't your dad say, didn't your dad say, like, straight away I could tell he's a city boy?
Yeah. And my dad's like, that mate of yours is a real city boy. He's a real city boy. But they said, but then we had a bit of a D&M with him, and he said he formed a close relationship with his kids. And then they like you, man. They really like you. Yeah, I think they were a bit taken back at first, you know.
That's sweet. If I'm ever in, what is it? Bondoglumman?
Where is it?
Condobolin?
Oh no, not Condobolin. That's way further away.
Silly me.
Far out. It's Tenterfield.
No, but I mean your actual town. What's that called?
Texas, Bonshore.
Yeah, Bonshore.
Bonshore. It's got no postcode.
That's a good sign. That's a good symbol of how rural you are. No postcode.
Man, when my parents moved out there, my dad said, there's a sign saying Mungstadt, that's the name of the farm. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. Anyway, I don't know if you guys could miss this.
I'm guessing you missed it.
Yeah. It was a rusty barrel, right?
Yeah.
With hand-painted Mungstadt on it with weeds covering the bit that was painted. So...
Actually, so...
I don't know if we can edit that out.
You told me, look for a winery, didn't you? But I actually drove into that winery and started like sleeping in my car there. And then I started sleeping a bit and I was like, they're gonna wake up like this, and I realized it's not, you said like just past the winery, not, they're gonna wake up and go like, get off my property. I don't know why they'd have an American accent, but get off my property.
You don't want to surprise Goxie in your house. You know what I mean, on your land.
Yeah.
If you just like Goxie invited, great.
And then I heard the show kicked ass, right? It was
all right. It was a lot of people don't
was it
understand.
Like local boy comes back, done good, you know?
Yeah, it was all right.
Sort of like when I go back to Brisbane.
Yeah.
No.
It was hard in a shearing shed. I don't think noise travels good. You know.
Did they stop shearing for the event?
Yeah, luckily. I had to force them.
We got a quota, man. We
I had 6 shearers in headlocks.
Thanks for coming in, Nick.
Thank you.
You're going to hang around a bit for about tonight?
Yeah, no problem.
That was another guest who didn't choose to go through the entry.
Oh,
But
sorry.
anyway, but
Because the door's over there.
I've
in
done
your
it that many
defence.
times, I should have known.
we're just going for a quick break, and we'll be back with more Kappa shenanigans.
And Gordo.
And Gordo, but we've had a lot of Gordo shenanigans.
Oh, yeah,
Wasn't
right.
great.
We know Gordo's the bad boy of Australian comedy, and you're the prince.
Yeah, big
So,
prince.
and I'm just exist. So, we'll see you soon. Thank you very
You're the
much.
king.
And welcome back to About Tonight. I'm Aaron Gocs, aka Gocsy, and I've got two of my finest friends from the comedy circuit, Angus Gordon and Nick Kappa, and we're celebrating Australian Good Food and Wine Week with the Smith's Crisps and Big M tasting session and review. It's changed its name a few times over the show, but you know what I'm talking about. So we're into our last one, salt and vinegar, last Smith's. Get a whiff of that. Doesn't that bring back your childhood? Can you smell it?
You know what that reminds me of? The swimming pool. I
Yeah.
used to always get...
And did you ever make sangers, like salt and vinegar chip sangers?
Ooh, yeah.
Sandwich?
Oh, yeah.
There's actually a people like to get the chips and sort of put them in the sandwich, and I think you've got to do it yourself because there was a place up in like a chicken place up in Queensland. They've closed down since, called Brody's, and they used to have a pre-made like chip burger, and I think it's all about DIY. I think chip sandwiches to me are the punk rock DIY, indie sandwich.
I remember I went to this really expensive restaurant in Manly, and they had fish and chips, but it wasn't cooked chips. It was like crisp chips.
Yeah.
And I was very disappointed.
Oh.
Yeah,
I was like, because I paid like, I don't know, $18 for it.
Yeah.
The fish was good, but
And you
no
just
cooked
had a
chips.
dip in the surf, and but anyway, there's no more choice. I'm down to the last one, the iced coffee, an old family favourite. I used to love going to grandma's on a Sunday, and she'd have the Sunday roast and the iced coffee out. So no, that's a lie, but sometimes I just start talking and I can't stop, and I get my
roast with the iced coffee.
yeah,
Ooh, nothing like some meat and gravy.
But the thing about the iced coffee, it's a because I've had a lot of blue collar jobs over the years, building sites and delivery driving and TAB gambler. It's not really a job, but you know what I mean. And it intrigues me the blue collar man's interest in the iced coffee. What do you think about that? It's kind of like you're like, oh, I love coffee, but it's got to be cool and really sugarized.
Yeah, it's refreshing. It's like,
And the ads, like, what's the one? It's like the brown bottle, ice break. It's like smash an ice break in you, and it's like intense.
And now hungry
And then-
thirsty as well.
And then it hits your lips. It's like, this is gonna be intense, and it's just like a really sugary coffee.
Yeah, it is weird because a lot of tradies drink those a lot, and they eat a lot of big carb foods, and they really should all be kind of fit. But you see a lot of them, they're quite overweight just because of their diet, but they're strong.
Yeah. Well,
and fit.
I tried to do a carpentry apprenticeship like out of school. Actually, I was about 19 and 20. Did have some weight issues because you're standing on the. Have you seen how the chippies stand on the timber beams?
Yeah.
And it's like it's not very. You got a fair bit of balancing going on there.
Oh yeah.
And then if you play a bit of footy on the weekend, you got to sort of.
I mean, you could go straight from apprenticeship to the circus. You reckon?
No. I don't think so.
What do you mean?
I think you're
Are you
undervaluing
blocking
both.
me?
Yeah.
This is a bad rule in comedy. Not
You know
meant to
what?
block me. You meant
That's
to
the
roll.
that's the thing with like, it's a skill set. Being a carpenter, it's a
Yeah.
skill definitely, but so is being in the circus. It's two different
Guys,
things. mate.
I'm not here to.
Look, you're confusing them.
There's balance involved.
That's
Guys,
true.
I'm not here to bag out cuisine. I'm open to all. My palate is open to all taste of the Australian cuisine industry. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say, salt and vinegar is my least favourite of the ones I've had so far. What do you?
Yeah, not as strong as they used to be.
No, because I'm all about the chook. Love the cheese and onion, the barbie. Original is what it is. You know what you're getting. Well, one thing I like with the original is it's a good accompaniment to. Is that a word? It will be.
Yeah.
I can't. It's a good companion. We'll use companion.
Yeah.
Good companion to your dip. And if you want to be exotic, you can have a bit of French onion, French onion dip, or we'll spin the globe around, see where it lands. Mexico, if you want a bit of old El Paso salsa.
Throw that on there.
Mexico onion dip.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a big call, but I think it's the point of the show where I'm going to have to rank them. So we'll start number 1. We'll go cheese and
Chicken's
onion.
still good, isn't it? It's still good chicken. It's held up.
Actually, you were. This was discussed before you arrived. You might be able to help. But do you know why green was selected as the international chicken colour?
No.
You can hold that if you want. Oh, actually, no, we're ranking them, aren't we?
Yeah, I reckon.
What do you, we know Angus would probably have these two at the end for his political views. Nah.
What's your political views?
I would say no barbecues. Get them out.
Warm colours.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Send in your votes, guys.
Ooh. Yeah.
We've got our first caller here. Yep. You agree? Yeah. So that was Steve Fakington of Fakeville. I'm making that up. He actually lives in Fake Town, and but he agrees. He says Ripper choice. Would you say that, Kevin?
Yeah, I reckon so. I'd probably nearly put chicken up the front there, but hey, who am I? Who
All
am I
right.
to?
So, what do you reckon? Move him along.
I reckon chicken's number 1. It's held up through the years.
It's in. You know what you're getting, don't you? Okay.
Yeah. What's your reasoning for this, Goxie?
Well, I didn't have chicken there, but you forced me into it, and I'm easily led. But I like cheese and onion. I like the power.
Yeah.
The powerful, mature taste, and barbecue's an old favourite. All right, now let's do the big emphasis. We're just running out of time. I reckon I like strawberry. Can't go past chocolate.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting. Egg there, and then coffee at the end. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon egg flip at the
The
end.
main thing about
I didn't like
this,
the egg flip, mate. It wasn't.
the main thing overall, guys, it's about getting out there, believing in yourself, being the best you can. What do you think? What do you think, Nick and Angus?
I think you've summed it up perfectly,
I
mate.
think you have.
Rules to live by.
You look at this and you see food and drink, but I see hope, I see progress, and I see courage, and I see respect.
I see that too, man. And I reckon everybody here in the studio can feel that as well.
I think I'd go home and change a number of things in my life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think without these wonderful cuisines, I can't see our society progressing. I think we would be held back.
You're right. Man, if you bought these to Andrew Bolt...
If you look at look, I'm not going to muck around. Our country is not in the best shape, but it's having a go. I think if you look at throughout history, some of the poorer things that were going on, some of the worst things that were going on, were when... No, I'm serious. If you look, all we had was damper and billy tea, and that's why we were quite upset and did some things we're not proud of.
Yeah, that's true, man.
And it's only now that we have a good, balanced diet that we can finally treat cultures in a slightly better way. Like, we're still pretty crook. If you watch some of those propaganda shows on TV, like Four Corners, they can you say something? I'm saying things I don't want to say.
Look, what Gocs is trying to say is
that's a big chip.
We're gonna give everyone out there a challenge, and I mean, we challenge you to do a dishonest thing after downing a Big M and eating a packet of Smiths. Try and do a dishonest thing.
Hard
Just
to do
try
anything.
What?
You're so full you can't do anything, mate.
Nah.
That's exactly it. Try and be dishonest with somebody. So everybody out there, hit your local supermarket, corner store, grab a bloody big packet of chips and a Big M, and think of Goxie.
And Can you guys just tell me what does the future hold for you? What's on the agenda coming up, Nick and Angus? Maybe we'll start with you, Nick.
Well, I was planning to watch the footy tomorrow.
Oh
maybe.
yeah.
Are you going?
Yeah, I like footy. It's good. I'm gonna go to it.
I was thinking about watching your team, seeing how they go.
Sweet.
Not much. I might go to Lentil as anything because I'm a bit low on cash.
But professionally, do you have some comedy coming up or?
I've got a gig tomorrow night at a place called the Speakeasy. It's pretty crazy. Going to Sydney for a month to do the inaugural comedy store. So.
Oh.
So for those in Sydney, look out for me. And if you're not in Sydney, get a flight. Jump on Ansett.
A lot of people don't know that Melbourne before Canberra was the capital of Australia. So take that, Sydney.
Yeah, take that, Sydney.
I'm going to be in Canberra in a couple of weeks, so that's what's on the agenda for me. I've never been there. I'm excited.
Oh.
Looking to go and see what the fat cats are up to in Canberra, and also the politicians as well. But what does the future hold for you, Angus?
Got a trial show coming up on the 1st of September at Dirty Secrets, 80 Smith Street in Fitzroy, Thursday, 1st September, with Bart Freeman and Danielle Walker. We're all doing an hour.
Some good young actors. They're all from Queensland too, I noticed.
Yeah.
Good state. Not really, but I'm just saying that. But.
Go the Maroons. No, not really.
8 in a row.
I'm a cockroach.
Through and through.
And so I just want to say thanks to everyone for having us. Thanks to Channel 31 and the whole crew, the whole About Tonight crew. And if anyone from Big M or Smiths are watching, I wouldn't mind a sponsorship, or at least pay for my sort of hospital fees and diabetes treatment plan. But thank you very much. I'm Aaron Gocs. This is Nick Kappa, Angus Gordon, and thanks for watching us. Peace. Peace out.
Hang loose. Hot tuna.
Be the best you can.
Catch it.
Trust yourself.
Gotcha.
Trust your instincts.
It's fine. Last question. Can you do a little dance for us? Oh God! Oh God! Run! It's a real thing! Everyone, it's a real thing! Karen! Karen, help me! Help me, Karen! Karen!